Hello everyone, myself Jaya Agarwal, Assistant Professor Political Science, SPCGC Ajmer. I welcome you all once again in my this video. This is paper second or BA part second. We have been studying about causes of the emergence of Indian nationalism, and this is Indian political system, and we have covered almost 6.6 causes of the emergence of the Indian nationalism, causes behind the emergence of Indian nationalism, and today we will cover some more points, some more causes or reasons, and seventh one is development of Indian press and literature. Earlier we have talked about impact of Western literature over the freedom movement of India, and today we are talking about Indian press and literature, which exposed to the British government and its administration, its drawbacks and other all the brutal and such things which were against to India and as well as people of India. So let's start. Development of Indian press and literature, not only Western literature or knowledge had a great impact at this time to inspire the freedom movement of India, but also there was also some kind of development can be seen in the field of Indian press and literature as well. And here I want to tell all of you that Indian press and literature did so well at that time for the awakening of Indian people to struggle for their nation, that British government and the whole British system here in India tries to oppress this press and literature. By hook or by crook, they wanted to curb it, they wanted to control it. So this thing is as which describes the impact of Indian press and literature over Indian fight for freedom, Indian struggle for freedom. Newspapers published by Indians were as Samvad Kaumudi, Bombay Samachar, etc. Here I have mentioned two examples of some newspapers like Samvad Kaumudi and Bombay Samachar. These are just only two instances are there, and a number of lists is there of Indian newspapers who criticized the then British government and helped in Indian struggle for against the British government. Indians came to know about the drawbacks of the British government and the administration because of these newspapers, and similarly, Indian literature like Anand by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee also told about the atrocities and maladministration and all other evils of British government and inspired Indians to fight for their freedom. So we have talked up here about both the things. First one was newspaper, and second one is literature. In literature we have talked about the famous literature written by Bankim Chandra Chatterjee, that was Anand Math, and brutality, atrocities and maladministration and all the drawbacks and functions British government performed or did against the Indians and India country were told to Indians by these newspapers and literature. And second one is the economic exploitation of the poor public of India or the country was one of the biggest reasons behind the emergence of Indian nationalism. The main aim of the British government to rule here was to exploit the Indian public in the interest of their own country, that is Britain. To make their own country rich, British government destroyed industries in India at large scale. Now, because of destruction of industries, the labor class started farming or tend to start or were uh, uh, tend to start agricultural farming, but here also British government didn't try to improve the deteriorating condition of the agriculture, didn't try to improve the deteriorating condition of the agriculture. Thus there was neither the industries nor the agriculture for the public, so their economic uh, condition was so disappointing at that time that Indians had to face the problem of hunger and poverty. Along with this, British government adopted free trade policy. There are three types of British government exploited Indians in every aspect or no sphere of our life was that British government didn't explore that. But while talking about economic exploitation, three main points are there. First, they destroyed the industries here. Mainly cottage industries or small industries were here, and British government, that was the backbone of Indian economy, and British government first destroyed them. Then the people who were working in these industries started farming or came to the agricultural field, and at that time the famine and other problems and lack of money, some problems were facing at that time farmers, and British government again here didn't try to improve the conditions of these farmers or agriculture. So third point was that they adopted the policy of free trade. Free trade policy was adopted by the Britishers, having trade with having trade between the British country and between India, means Britain, who was well industrialized and well economically so sound at that time. Britain was, and uh, prosperous, we can say, and Indian country of and our country was so poor, or it was. So depressing. It was the moment when they start free trade policy, means will be no import or export duty. And there will be totally uh, free trade between Britain and India, and Indian products and Indian industries were not able to compete at that time to the British products or industries, and it also I can say uh, um, develop such kind of feeling among Indians that this was some exploitation, economic exploitation, and we were not ready at that time to face this. That's all for today from my side, and in the next video we will cover the remaining causes behind the emergence of Indian nationalism. Thank you very much.